All right, well, welcome back to the Hot Corner. I'm Steve. Thanks for joining me again. And hopefully your day's going well. Today's March 21st, I believe. And so I believe it's the second day of spring. And spring's an interesting time of year, right? New things happen in spring. And we get new growth. See things starting to green up. And with that comes a lot of hope. And we get outside more, we get to do some things, right? Coming out of the winter, which is sort of brown and dormant and full of all kinds of interesting and weird weather. But I want to share something with you tonight that happened to me personally and equate this to how God operates sometimes in our lives, how he takes us through seasons and shows us things that he wants us to see. You know, God ordained the seasons. He creates the seasons. So there's season of growing, there's season of dormancy, there's seasons of harvest, seasons of planting. So, but every season has a purpose, right? There is a purpose for every season. There is not a season that goes by that something is not happening that is useful and productive. So I want to just talk about that a little bit. So I had a really cool thing happen. A couple of weeks ago, I was looking out my dining room window, kitchen window really. I've been working from home quite a bit. And so I've done things like put bird feeders out. And I look out there during the day to see what's going on, to look at wildlife, to observe nature. If it's nice enough, I'll crack the windows open and get some fresh air blowing across the house there, so it's always nice. But I was looking out my window through my backyard into the yard behind me and in between the houses that are in the next block over. And I saw people walking by. And I had a really good view too because, you know, being winter and no foliage on the trees, got a pretty clear sight through there. And I thought, seems to be a lot of traffic. I saw people riding bicycles, you know, going by. And I thought, I'm pretty sure the road ends right there. And so I didn't really know what was down there, but it made me curious. Now, we had been living here about 3.5 years now. And I never really looked and saw that before. And so I went on Google Maps, or maybe Google Earth, on my computer, and I saw that there's a greenway that starts right at the end of that adjacent street. So literally a block over, there's the beginning of a greenway. And I love greenways. My wife and I, we hike, we walk, sometimes run. I fish quite a bit, so I walk along creeks, and typically they're along greenways here in Charlotte, because Charlotte's done a really good job at maintaining greenways and such. So I explored it today. I said, I'm just going to go, but I can't go directly through my backyard because things are fenced. So I actually have to go up about a 1/4 mile and down and then backtrack along that block to get to the greenway. And I wound up taking a 4-mile walk or so today. And I thought, this is wonderful. And like I said, we've been living here for 3.5 years, and I never saw it before. Literally a block over from our house is a greenway, and it's nice too. And it connects with another park that we normally go to. You know, I just had never taken the trail all the way up to find out how far it went. I never looked at it, but you know, it was because I was able to see the Lord allowed, you know, the Lord ordains the season. So I feel like he let me see that to say, there's a lot of things right around you right now that you haven't seen yet. We'll get back to that. And it has to do with the seasons. So we know Lord ordains the seasons, right? And there's not a season that goes by without a purpose. So every season has a purpose, right? Every season has a meaning. What is winter for? So winter is when we see things above the ground go dormant, right? We see leaves fall off the trees. We see grass turn brown. Basically see all the foliage drop. We see animals preparing and nesting and stocking up food, right? Preparing for the season. But what we don't see is things that are going on underneath the surface. So in the winter, dormant grass on top is burying roots. It's digging roots. It's improving its root system. It's not growing or producing fruit. It's not putting on foliage. It's basically strengthening its root system, right? So everything that it takes in, the water, the sun, everything now goes towards strengthening the roots. And isn't it like that with us too, with the Lord? So sometimes we have seasons in the Lord, right? We'll have a really productive season, but then we'll have this season where things just seem to be going really slow. And maybe it's a season where we don't hear the Lord's voice very clearly. You know, I've heard people talking about this as a dry place, the desert, the wilderness, a wilderness season. You've probably heard it too. But the funny thing about that, the really cool thing though too, is the Lord prepares these seasons for us and takes us through these seasons because there's something to be accomplished in that season. So Jesus, when he started his ministry, as he was starting his ministry, what did he do? He was out in the desert for 40 days, right? No food, no water. So he fasted in the desert in preparation for the launch of his ministry. And during that time, he was also tested. The devil came and tested him. The devil came and tried to use scripture against the Lord, and the Lord rebuked the devil with scripture. And so it strengthened him. He prepared Jesus for the battle. The Father prepared Jesus for the battle through this season of wilderness. And it is very much like that for us. When we are in a season, we feel we are in a dry place, not feeling happy, not feeling our normal energetic self, not feeling motivated to do much. Maybe we feel like we're not hearing the Lord's voice very clearly either. This is your season, okay? This is the very thing that is supposed to be happening. He is taking you through a season like this because he wants to show you something. He wants to teach you something. He wants to prepare you for something. So while we may not see a lot of things happening in the natural, be very aware that things are happening in the spirit and press into those, okay? Be sensitive to those, be discerning of those, press in to what the Lord has for you. He most likely is going to, wants to and desires to show you something, to talk to you, to prepare you for what he has next, maybe to mature you in a certain area where you've been struggling. So be sensitive to that because every season has a purpose. And the dry season, the desert season, the dormant season, the wilderness is a purposeful time and season. So going back to this, my experience, I was very aware of this when I was on this walk, and I was just praising the Lord the whole walk, thinking, Lord, I had no idea this was right here. It was hidden, okay? And I feel like the Lord's saying he does hide things. Listen, there's no doubt the Lord hides things until we're ready for him, right? He does not put us into something that we're not prepared for. And so there was a preparation. Even in this, this was just a wonderful parable of how he works in the supernatural, right, to prepare us for things that are coming. But I feel happy because I found something that's literally a block away from me in my house that I had no idea was even there before. So just amazing. I'm excited. And so anyway, what do we take away from this? Every season has a purpose, really, is what I would take away from it. Every season has a desire, a motivation to it, a purpose. There's a desire by God to help you understand the purpose of every season and to work in you and through you. So he's preparing us for something, and this is how he does it. So that is it. Hope this made sense, and hope it motivated you and encouraged you as well. I am excited about my newfound, I know it's strange, isn't it? I am excited though about my newfound hiking place, walking place, greenway, which is right in my neighborhood. It starts in my neighborhood that I had no idea it was there. So the Lord revealed it, and I'm enjoying it now. So anyway, that's it. Bless you all. Hope you have a great week coming up. It'll be Sunday night when I put this thing up. So tune in, enjoy it. Please like and subscribe and share this page if you would, please. Still trying to grow it, but still trying to be obedient to the Lord. So I only put out what he encourages me to put out there. And so I don't put a lot of content out. I think it's been close to a month since I've put a video out, but can't force it. So whatever happens, happens. But thank you very much. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate all your support, and have a great night. God bless you.